Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Tune in daily as we uncover the world's best books for you. Sally's Book Club members. Hi, everyone. I'm Sally, a child psychology specialist and host of Teacher Todd's Child Psychology Talks. Today I'm sharing our community's Pound 1 recommended masterpiece, The Secret of Childhood. In my opinion, this book holds supreme status among child psychology literature. If you want to learn about child development, this book basically laid the foundation for 20th century educational philosophy. You might ask, is it really that groundbreaking? With so many parenting books available, why prioritize this one?
Honestly, when I first read it during grad school, I rushed through it in 2 hours without much thought. But years later, when I revisited it, I realized how irresponsible I'd been.
Every single sentence here deserves careful analysis and reflection. After taking extensive notes, I discovered its concepts perfectly aligned with modern child psychology research. And get this, it was written 80 years ago. My third reading felt like holding sacred text. You're probably wondering, who wrote this masterpiece? The author needs no introduction. The legendary Montessori, hailed as the greatest child educator of the 20th century. You've probably noticed Montessori schools everywhere. In China, those Montessori names honor her legacy. She first established a children's house in Rome's slums for 3 6-year-olds from impoverished families.
These children came from extremely disadvantaged backgrounds. They lacked proper education.
But years later, graduates from this program became remarkably intelligent, confident, and courteous. The world suddenly took notice of Montessori's methods. After publishing the Montessori method in 1912, over 100 countries adopted her system, some launching full Montessori movements. In the 1940s alone, there were over 2,000 Montessori schools in the United States. Dr. Montessori was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize 3 consecutive years from 1949 to 1951 and was recognized by the UN as a global symbol of education and peace. What's this book really about? Unlike typical parenting books that present problems then solutions, like Why is my child so timid? Or How to calm hyperactive kids, The Secret of Childhood addresses fundamental philosophical principles. Master these core ideas, and your daily parenting struggles will resolve naturally. The book boils down to 3 key revelations. First, children aren't blank slates, they have rich inner lives. Second, developmental issues stem mainly from adult interference. Third, we must remove these developmental barriers. Montessori bluntly states, most children suffer from adult misunderstandings masked as love.
We claim I work hard to give them better lives while avoiding self-reflection.
In my clinic, fathers often complain about rebellious children, while their actual parenting boils down to just providing money. When discovering their child's internet addiction, their first solution is call. They send kids to military schools instead of self-reflecting.
Through psychological analysis, I discovered these loving fathers subconsciously view children as burdens.
This isn't isolated. Many who dump parenting on grandparents share this hidden mindset.
When you internally see parenting as troublesome, harmful patterns emerge.
Do you constantly say, don't move, you'll break that cup?
Some homes don't even have proper child-sized chairs.
We mistake stillness for obedience.
Children may comply due to our dominance, but this damages their development.
Adults typically make three fundamental errors about children. First, viewing children as empty vessels needing constant filling with knowledge. Second, treating them as helpless creatures requiring constant assistance. Third, believing they need constant correction to meet our standards.
This creator complex mindset inevitably stifles children's individuality.
Are newborns really blank slates?
Infants actually arrive pre-equipped with 27 survival reflexes. No teaching required.
Ever wonder why newborns instinctively find their mother's nipple without being taught? That perfect mess stirring technique. That's their first survival reflex, the sucking reflex. Try placing your finger in a newborn's palm. What happens?
They'll grip you with surprising strength. The palmar grasp reflex.
That heart-melting moment when you can't pull away. This Darwinian reflex creates instant emotional bonds, making harm unthinkable.
Mind-blowing fact. Babies are born walking ready.
Support a 4-month-old upright on flat surface. They'll demonstrate stepping reflex. This reflex disappears as legs grow heavier, but reemerges in water environments. Walking isn't taught, it's unlocked when physical readiness meets environmental support. Our role: provide conditions without interference. Second misconception: are children truly helpless? We mistake dependence for weakness. Feeding, dressing, grooming, assistance creates illusion of incapability.
Adults pride themselves on providing, unaware of suppressing natural capabilities.
Children aren't just dependents playing aimlessly. You're mistaken again. From birth, children never cease working, just differently from adults. Adult work builds external things: staff cakes, houses, software, maximizing productivity. Children work on the monumental task of self-creation and skill acquisition. Their development resembles video game, leveling, overcoming challenges, using innate abilities. We call these developmental boosts, sensitive periods in psychology. When's the fastest language? Learning phase. 0-3 years old.
Babies obsessively study speech patterns, watching mouth movements before talking.
By age 3, most master 1,000 plus words and complete sentences. Their language passion remains tireless until about 6 years old. Ever noticed children? Demanding story repeats. Each retelling hones language, skills. What parents see as repetition is actually joyful skill mastery for children. After age 6, language abilities solidify and sensitivity dramatically decreases.
This explains why feral children like wolf kids can't regain normal speech after missing this critical period.
There's also the order sensitivity phase around age 1. Children become obsessive about object placement. They need environmental consistency, like knowing exactly where things belong. It's their safety blanket.
The book shares a case where a girl became hysterical because a visitor's umbrella displaced her usual flower vase.
Adults misunderstood her distress as wanting the umbrella, but she actually needed environmental order restored. Only when the umbrella was removed did she calm down, proving her need for predictable surroundings. This order obsession manifests in various ways: meltdowns, overdressing sequences, route changes, etc. Don't mistake this for problematic behavior. It's children building cognitive frameworks for security. After age 4, this sensitivity fades as children adapt to environmental changes.
During sensitive periods, children's learning capacities become superhuman compared to adults. Preschoolers can master 3 languages simultaneously without confusion. Try that as an adult.
Starting piano at 3 leverages finger dexterity sensitivity. Late starters rarely achieve mastery. Children aren't weak. Their developmental capacities dwarf adult capabilities.
Montessori reveals another truth. Children inherently know their developmental agenda better than adults.
At 4 months, babies begin sophisticated facial recognition, distinguishing between similar-looking adults. This cognitive milestone coincides with stranger anxiety emergence.
Children's learning follows strict internal logic. Mastery brings profound joy and confidence.
7-month-olds become detail detectives. You might catch them intensely studying pillow patterns, sniffing, tasting, completely absorbed.
Trying to make a toddler admire sunsets. They'll likely chase ants instead. Forcing your agenda interrupts their learning.
Children only broaden focus after satisfying their current developmental hunger. But what about toy hopping or sugar cravings? Doesn't that require discipline? Montessori observed limited toy interest in her children's houses. Toys were diversions, not main activities. Children primarily learn through environmental observation and adult imitation. Excessive toy choices create distraction, not engagement. Overstimulation makes children surface skimmers rather than deep explorers.
Even sugar cravings have limits. Given autonomy, children often self-regulate treats.
Tantrums usually signal blocked developmental needs, not willfulness.
Imagine a child intensely working to open an ink bottle.
Turn this way, that way. Crucial problems. Dissolving in progress. Adult interference. Don't touch. Destroys this learning moment. Interrupted learning inevitably causes frustration, the real source of meltdowns.
Parenting struggles indicate adult errors, not child defects.
This is Montessori's pain signals error principle.
Children's distress stems not from defiance, but from adults blocking their developmental potential.
The book's second revelation: adults unconsciously hinder development through various means. Children possess innate psychological defenses against our interference.
Even while claiming devotion, we fear their exploration might break cherished items.
How do you react when your toddler starts tearing books?
But tearing isn't mere play. It's crucial hand-eye coordination training.
Forcing naps when unnecessary disrupts natural sleep patterns.
Natural walking practice. BS. Efficiency. Driven adult methods.
Letting them pause, circle your legs, and move at their rhythm builds leg strength. Baby walkers were banned in 2004 by North American Pediatric Associations.
Toddlers can walk 2 kilometers naturally when allowed self-paced exploration.
Forcing adult-paced walking makes children withdraw. They'll just beg to be carried. Parents complaining about lazy children unknowingly planted those seeds through early interference.
Every don't touch during early exploration kills future motivation.
Children naturally crave real-world tasks over toys until we forbid them.
Watch toddlers' fascination with buttons and zippers. Their clumsy attempts build neural pathways. That phase, when they beg to sweep. That's golden learning time, not mess making.
The train incident. A child's crushed confidence through one dismissive, "You can't do it."
Better approach. Support their attempt while ensuring safety. Confidence grows through managed challenges. Rebellion often stems from repeated, efficiency-driven parental takeovers.
Each learning attempt blocked becomes future motivation lost. Children lose interest when adults constantly take over. Initiative gets suffocated.
Seemingly passive parents often raise curious kids by preserving natural learning opportunities. Montessori concludes, adult interference is development's greatest obstacle.
Unnecessary help becomes psychological suppression of natural instincts.
The theater example. A boy preferring the evil queen reveals unique perspective, not flawed values.
Instead of correcting, ask, what makes the queen special to you? True love means providing developmental needs, not material luxuries. Montessori education rests on 3 pillars. 1. Child-centered approach. 2. Education through environment. 3. Normalization through inclusion. Initially, they couldn't select children. Most parents were refugees or illiterate.
Many children had behavioral issues from prior mistreatment.
Montessori's core. Provide developmentally appropriate environments, and natural growth occurs. The ideal environment minimizes obstacles. Open spaces for free movement are crucial. Adults must adapt themselves to children's needs, the most challenging requirement.
Montessori teachers undergo rigorous self-analysis to identify personal limitations affecting children. The revolutionary approach. Teachers examine themselves rather than diagnose children.
Ignoring children's flaws proves more effective than criticism in Montessori practice. Teacher's primary role. Self-cultivation rather than direct instruction. This leads to the second principle, education through environmental design rather than teaching. No rigid schedules. Children choose activities freely throughout the day. Specially designed learning materials are available for self-directed exploration. Children responsibly return materials after use. Fostering natural discipline. This approach influenced progressive schools like UK's Summerhill and US's Sudbury Valley.
These schools eliminate age segregation and fixed curricula, pure, self-directed learning.
Teachers serve as guides available when children initiate contact. When not needed, they can engage in self-directed learning freely.
Chinese parents might worry, complete freedom? Won't kids just play all day? Contrary to expectations, children in these schools actively study and discuss research projects. Games hold little appeal.
Don't assume they neglect academics. Ivy League acceptances are common, outperforming traditional school graduates. These schools embody Montessori's third principle, normalization. Troubled children now through enriched environments and sensory materials, not therapy.
Montessori observed, children prefer purposeful work over play, repeating tasks, making choices, self-correcting.
They thrive in orderly environments with minimal interruptions during focused work. Children naturally gravitate toward reading, storytelling, and polite social interactions, virtues adults strive to teach. Teachers merely provide sensory training materials. The rest unfolds naturally.
Montessori's profound conclusion. The child is father to the man. You might be surprised, they fundamentally don't need rewards or punishments.
No spelling textbooks, toys, candies, or teacher's podium required. Provide these conditions, and troubled children transform from chaos to their true nature. This is Montessori's normalization process. This book transcends parenting. It's philosophical wisdom teaching us to approach childhood with reverence.
We can't teach children, rather. We should learn their focus, persistence, and endless forgiveness. Children forgive us not 3 times, nor 7, but 70, 7 times before despair turns to rebellion.
To witness authentic childhood development, immerse yourself in classics like The Secret of Childhood. Join our parenting community to explore child psychology daily. Grow alongside your children.
Montessori's closing wisdom. To become the best parent, first become the child's follower.
That concludes our book breakdown. Detailed notes await below. See you tomorrow.